All right, let's talk about dogs. All right, no, not underdogs like the Jets, just dogs. Okay, I work a lot with rescue dogs. All right, my fiance is huge into rescue pit bulls, so we've got a lot of fosters coming in and out of this house. Foster dogs at a temporary couple of days, couple of months. We had one for almost a year. All right, and all of them need to be rescued. Now, if you know anything about rescue dogs, they have been abused. They've been, shredded. They've had such tough lives. And these dogs come in, and some of them, the ones that have really had a tough time. Some of them, when you go to pet them, they go like this, right? They duck. The second you lift your hand just to go pet them like this, they duck. Right? Why am I talking about dogs when I should be ranting and raving about the Jets? I'm getting there. Okay, so as time goes on, these dogs, they get a little less afraid. They won't jump as much, right? But they still hold on to a little bit of that. So you catch them at the right moment, and they're gonna duck, shake their, lift. They don't lift their paws. People do that. Now abused people, they lift their hands to guard their face, but the dogs, they just go like this. Jet fans are abused dogs, okay? And I get it, because I'm an abused dog, right? Jet fans, we are abused dogs. We're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that mentality leads to some pretty crazy theories, okay? I'm going to talk about a couple of them here. One of them is a ludicrous theory. The other one is more of just not so much a theory as just the whole, I wish I could have this because it's better than what we have mentality, and you should be aiming higher, right? So, first thing that I'm gonna just laugh is I'm in a ton of Jets Facebook groups, okay? And Monday and Tuesday is easy. We're all ranting about the game, talking about why Adam Gase isn't fired, or Todd Bowles isn't fired, or Rex Ryan isn't fired. And we're talking about what should have happened in this game and just how bad the Jets are. So Monday and Tuesday is easy. We get it out of the way. Wednesday, guys set their fantasy lineups, and women too. And they don't talk as much. Now by Thursday or Friday, Jet fans are now jonesing for football again. Okay, we put the past behind us. We are ready for football, and we don't have football yet because it doesn't come till Sunday. So by Thursday and Friday, there's some pretty outrageous posts out there. The Trevor Lawrence thing's a little crazy. I mean, the kid's not going back to school. Stop. He's not going to avoid the NFL just because it's the Jets. I talked about this the other day, so I won't do it again. But Trevor Lawrence does have COVID now. So if you want a real Jet fan perspective, this is what you should be thinking of is Trevor Lawrence is going to bounce back. He's going to have a great rest of the season when he comes back. The Jets are going to draft him, and then we're going to find out he's got long-term lung damage, okay? And then his career is going to be compromised. That is how you should be thinking as a Jet fan, okay? I mean, God forbid. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is going to be fine. I hope everything's okay. I'm just giving you an example of the way a Jet fan should be thinking, because that's just the Jets' luck. Totally the Jets' luck. They finally luck into a generational quarterback who's going to have them in the Super Bowl several times and in the fighting for first place every year, and that would happen. But my favorite one this week is that the Jets will beat the Patriots next Monday night, which could happen. It could. The Patriots are not that good this year. You never know. But the reason the Jets are going to beat the Patriots next Monday night is because Bill Belichick's going to throw the game to make sure the Jets don't get the number one pick. Come on. Really? You think that in week 9? You think in week 9, when the Jets at that time will certainly be 0-8, and the Patriots will probably be 2-5, right? 2-5. They may not beat Buffalo this weekend. They could be 3-4. You think Bill Belichick's throwing a game in the middle of the year when it has absolutely no guarantee that it impacts the Jets' chances at the number one pick? Come on. Now, if you want to really be paranoid, and this one I could see, right? Let's talk about week 17 with the Patriots. If the Jets are 0-15 or 1-14, and a win drops them to 4, right? Because we know that could happen. And a loss gives them the number 1 pick. Jets play the Patriots week 17. So if you want to convince me somewhere in, last week of December, the first week of January, when that game is going to be happening, that Bill Belichick might not do everything he possibly can to win that game, I'll buy that. I'll buy it in week 17, where the Patriots are likely to be not fighting for a playoff spot. They're likely to, they'll be 5-10, 6-9. I mean, if we're lucky, they'll be 4-10. That would be great. 4-11. I could see Bill Belichick maybe fotzing around a little bit and make sure the Jets win that game. It's not happening in week 9, okay? It's just not. He's never going to throw a game against the Jets unless he's guaranteed it kills them. So if Bill Belichick's going to screw the Jets, it's got to be they are already on the bed with certain parts of their body in the air, and he's got the lube in his hand. It can't be like he's going to do it at the bar and hope to get them home. Do you understand the correlation I'm making here? Good. Drop it. It's not happening. That's a Thursday post in a football week when people are waiting for Sunday's game. The other thing that's been driving me crazy for a few days is not so much a theory. It's just it's this. Oh God, the other shoe's gonna drop and don't hit me. Is Des Bryant? All right. Oh, wine. Give me some cheese with my wine. We didn't get Des Bryant. The Ravens got him. The rich get richer. The Jets don't do anything to try and improve themselves. Number one, the Jet fans do this with every guy. It doesn't matter who he is. He could be the 52nd guy on the roster. He could be, Frank Gore. He's on our team already, but if Frank Gore got cut, we would want Frank Gore. If anybody who gets cut is always posts immediately. As soon as the news breaks, there's posts on these groups saying, hey, why didn't we get that guy? Why don't we go after this guy? What do you think? Should we get this guy? Happens with coaches, happens with I'm sure it happens with others too, but the coaches and your players. Des Bryant's not helping this team. He's not helping this team. He's in his 30s. He hasn't played in 2 years. He was injury prone before he even semi-retired. He's on the Ravens practice squad. He's not going to make a big impact there. Des Bryant makes any impact there at all, it's going to be as a guy who's filling in for injury. But let's talk about his impact on the Jets. If the Jets were absolutely crazy enough to go after him, why do you think Des Bryant is better than anybody we have? 5 years ago, Des Bryant was better than everybody we have. Probably all of them put together. But let's go down the line. Is he better than Brashad Perriman right now? Right now, not having played for 2 years in his 30s. Very questionable. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Is Des Bryant better than Denzel Mims? Also very questionable. Mims is a rookie. We haven't really seen anything. But he's 22 years old, 21 years old, and he looked pretty decent last week. When they tried to get him the ball. And it's not like Des Bryant's going to open up the field and everybody's going to be able to get the ball all of a sudden. So, all right, we'll give Des Bryant the edge over Mims, but I'm not sold on that. Is Des Bryant better than Jamison Crowder? Absolutely not at this point. Right now. Not today. Des Bryant is not better than Jamison Crowder. He's probably better than Herndon. Who else we have catching the ball out there? I mean, the Smith twins over there. Vincent Smith and what's the other guy's name? Something else Smith. Doesn't matter. Des Bryant's not going to be better than anybody. And if he is, who cares? Why would you want Des Bryant in here right now anyway? Okay? If the Jets are going to win any games this year, it's going to be hopefully because they had a bunch of young players who are developing, do something, improve, and win a game for him, okay? I don't want to see a win by a special teams touchdown, by 6 field goals, by Frank Gore running for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't want to see that. That doesn't do the Jets good. It doesn't help them. It hurts them because winning a game for the sake of winning does nothing. But if your kids are developing, I'll take a win or two. Sure, why not? Let's see them develop because if they're here next year, we're going to need them. But Des Bryant can do no good whatsoever. He can come in, and if he does have anything left in the tank, he blows everything up because the guys don't develop. and he helps the Jets win a couple of games, which means they end up with an interior defensive lineman at pick 4, and nobody wants that. Okay, so stop with the Des Bryant stuff. Forget it. Throw it out of the window. On Thursdays and Fridays, maybe I don't know, take your wife out for dinner, or if you're female, take your husband out for dinner. Do something to avoid the paranoia and the feeling that someone's about to punch you in the face, okay? No one's going to punch you in the face. You're punching yourself in the face.